I'm Pete. This is Ned.
G'day.
I was told you're a bomb dodger.
Yeah, so I heard.
Stupid fucking name. Anyway, I don't care where you've been or who you are. So long as you're willing to pull your weight, you're welcome to stay. Which brings me to today's activity. Alexandra gave us a pretty good idea of where your skills lie, and we'd like to put them to the test.
What do you need?
Good attitude. Ned here is going to take you out for a drive. He'll let you know what you need to do. Do what he says, make it back in one piece, and you can call this place home. For now, anyway. If things go well, we won't be here much longer.
Okay, that sounds pretty fair.
And before you go, here, take this. It'll help you understand the way things work. We don't see many of you guys anymore, so we've only got this outdated version. It's probably better than the shit they had you learning in your hidey hole.
Bomb Dodger's Bible.
All right then, you better be off. And remember, do exactly as he says. You make it back and we can all get to know each other some more.
Let me know when you're ready.
Looks useful.
Bomb Dodger's Bible, 15th edition. Oh god, table of contents. There's 123 pages. G'day, traveler, say Bomb Dodger. In your hands is the guide to the world around you, written by me, Reginald Kelly. You might ask yourself, how is this guide any different to the dozens of other books written over the years? Why should I care? The answer's simple. Unlike the rest of them, it was written by a bomb dodger. That's right, I too was once like you. He looks kind of familiar. This book documents my personal travels and experiences. I've lived in towns, settlements, and cities, but I spend most of my time on the road. My guide will primarily focus on backwater trails, frontier outposts, and the wilderness. In your isolation, anything you read, heard, or imagined is worth 3/5 of fuck all in the real world, which is precisely why this guide is so useful. It'll provide you with the knowledge you need in order to survive in the harsh new reality. However, not all knowledge can come from a book, which is why you'll need to keep your ear to the ground, read things, talk to people, make choices, and most importantly, trust your gut. That's enough preamble. Let's get started. Reginald Kelly, Preface, page 2. History. First of all, what the hell is Bomb Dodger? It's a name locals give you if they find out you were tucked away safe and sound while they dealt with the shit and misery outside. It alludes to the fact that neither you or your ancestors had to suffer for survival. So then, what happened? When a bomb dodger first stumbles out of their hovel and into the light, the first question they'll generally ask is, what on earth happened all those years ago? What went wrong with civilization? Why did generations of my family come and go in isolation? Why is everyone still fighting today? Unfortunately, no one has the answer. Well, that is, no answer can be agreed on. Between the newspaper articles, recordings, and written accounts, we have a pretty good idea of what caused the unending war, but there has never been a consensus between anyone calling the shots. Regardless, here's what I've managed to piece together over the years. In the Soviet Union, just over 100 years ago, 1968 to be exact, the largest nuclear power station triggered a meltdown. In the chaos, the Soviet Union, let's just call them Russians, was quick to blame foreign nations, crying about sabotage. Pretty soon, more and more power stations began to crumble and implode as thousands died in the resulting chaos. In just a few weeks, most of the place became uninhabitable. Radiation and other poisons soaked the land. It eventually reached borders thousands of kilometers away. Hey, that's the same article I read. Most thought it was the electrical systems the Russians had created that led to their downfall. Cheap materials, improper training, and disregard for human life, they said. The Russians disagreed. A large chunk of people retreated into the wilderness. Others fled to nearby countries as far as France and East China. Soon enough, the inability to deal with such a large-scale evacuation led to fighting breaking out all over the damn place. What happened in the weeks that followed is largely unknown. There were whispers that nuclear weapons had been used on a grand scale for the first time in history. But there was never any official word. The fighting got worse and everything escalated. The only relatively safe places left were faraway island nations. Sometime in January of 1968, the Chinese and Russians reached an unknown agreement. Their boats departed from the South China Sea. For the south of China. The Russian boats packed to the rafters with men, women, and munitions headed to the north of Australia, the Chinese to the south. At the time, air travel was severely restricted and security along Australia's coastlines was largely non-existent. On the 15th of February 1968, the Russians put their plan into action. Nobody in Australia knew what was about to befall them, and all communication had been cut with the outside world. The Russians wanted some of the largest uncontaminated landmass to themselves. Numerous air bases were attacked and large planes had been stolen. The planes had been loaded with Russian-made nuclear bombs. The plan was to drop them on most major cities with as little structural damage as possible. They just wanted to, kill a few 100,000 people to let everyone know who was in charge.